Star quality. I got it. I got this. You got it. You got it. My chart says so. Look at me go. Sun, moon, rising. It's all about timing. It's all about timing. Earthlings. What's it all mean? What's it all mean? Star quality.
What's it all mean? What's it all mean?
Star quality.
Woo. No, dude, really, what does it all mean?
Star quality. I got it. You got it. You got it. Star quality. Star quality. Welcome back to Star Quality, everybody. Happy Lunar New Year. Happy eclipse season. Happy first eclipse of 2026. Let's fucking go. Today is huge. I feel like I keep saying that for every day of 2026, but they keep getting huger and huger, bigger and bigger. February, I mean, God, how is it fucking February 17th? February is really flying. We're going to have a Mercury retrograde at the end of the month, and I dare I say I'm looking forward to it because I need time to pump the brakes a little bit. It has been full charge ahead since January. I know everyone in the beginning of the year is like, it's going so fast, but like, since we all are astrology people, we know that that's not true. We know that the last few years have had really slow starts to the year, and this has not been the case. So I'm going to get into why today is so big. There's a few reasons. One, it's an eclipse. Two, it's a new eclipse series. We have not had an eclipse in this sign yet for some time. So it is kicking off a new thematic wave that is about to enter into all of our lives. And then it is Lunar New Year. Happy Lunar New Year. Happy Chinese New Year. It is the year of the fire horse. We are leaving the year of the wood snake. So we're also entering into a very new energy. So, you know, Gregorian calendar wise, you know how people are like, January 1st is not the beginning of the year. Well, you know, for many people, today is the new year, the beginning. For me, astrologically speaking, my new year starts on the spring equinox, March 20th, when we'll go into Aries season and start off spring. And that's spiritually my new year. Of course, like, all these new years are so important, and how cool that we get to have like 3 back to back always, you know, our proper new year, you know, every global, whatever, mark of the new calendar, new year, lunar new year in February, and then our spring equinox astrological new year. If you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Stevie. I will be your astrologer guiding you through this lunation, and this is Star Quality. Star Quality is a podcast and newsletter. I host it on Substack. You can get the podcast and things wherever you do audio stuff, you know, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, I think I've synced it. Does anyone want to be my assistant? I feel like I'm at that point now. Anyways, planting seeds. Eclipses. We're planting seeds. We're seeing what sticks. We're seeing what comes back. Who knows? Maybe by the end of this eclipse series, maybe that's what we'll be building up here in Star Quality Astrology with Stevie Land. This is a hyper local plug. Well, maybe unless you feel like catching a flight, but I'm going to be back at Two Bunch Palms Resort this weekend, February 20th through 22nd, hosting astrology workshops and also offering private readings. So I'm going to be leading workshops in entry to astrology. So it's like Astrology 101, where you learn the foundations and basics. Well, you know, you get your footing in them in an hour workshop. Also having astrology readings hour. So it's a really accessible way to get mini readings and then see if you want to get longer readings. And then also hosting astrology vision board workshops. So going to be so much fun in the desert. If you don't know, Two Bunch Palms is a natural hot spring mineral resort out in Desert Hot Springs, California, which is near Palm Springs. So if you are in the Southern California area or feel like being spontaneous as fuck and coming out to the desert, book a room. Come. My plug. They don't ask me to do this. I just want people to come. But It is, if you've been needing a, like, I don't want to leave the grounds, I just want to be in one location, I want to soak, people wear robes to dinner, it's like, it's sort of that vibe. So I would love to see some of your faces out in the desert, and I'm usually there at least once a month, so I'll always update here. But if you are someone who's out of town and you're like, I want to plan a little farther, shoot me an email or DM me, and I can give you like my rough estimate of when I'll be there, like, because I send dates in advance and then we put it publicly on the calendar. But if you're like, ugh, I need more planning than that, just message me and maybe we can arrange that. Or if you're ever in Los Angeles too, I give readings remotely, but also in person here in LA, and do events and things. And oh my God, that being said, book a reading, I guess, as well. I guess if you want to. I've just been, honestly, love y'all. Beginning of the year has been so slammed. Champagne problems, tons of readings. People are really needing their check-in, and I get it. Also, I think I just have a lot of Aquarius people in my life. Star quality people, personal friends. I mean, everyone's my friend, but spoken like a true 11th houser. We are in community together. I am just going to get straight into the paywall section because we have too much to go over. Life moves too fast. We got to break down this lunation. So I put an image of the chart for this new moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius. Hello, in Aquarius. That's new language. We are now starting an eclipse series that is going to be happening in Aquarius and Leo. And that is going to be taking us all the way into early 2028. So this is starting off a whole new chapter. Maybe the little tease I'll give to those who are not on the other side of the paywall is when we have a new eclipse series start, this is definitely when we're going to see new things enter our lives, usually. Now, eclipses are big moments of doors opening, doors closing. I'm sure you've seen plenty of posts online that are like, don't manifest, don't fucking work with this eclipse, or else. The reason that's being said is because eclipses are seen as times of sort of like, it makes me think of like the board game, like I think it's like Boggle. It's like you click the button and it's like everything gets shaken up and then you see what's standing left. So I think of it as like eclipses are just kind of, if you do your new moon manifestation on like an eclipse. I mean, again, if anyone's had real success with this, I would love to hear. If you were like, oh, I've been manifesting with eclipses for years and I've gotten everything I wanted, the universe rewards. Love to hear about that. But I just want to emphasize it from not like a fear-mongering space, but more like a permission slip to just let the universe do its thing. I look forward to eclipses. Will I ever eat those words? Stay tuned. But I do look forward to eclipses in the sense that there is a time in astrology where we just kind of give it up to God, where we don't try to, I don't know, be like, how do I use this for me? It's like, why don't you just like accept what is the now? So we're officially in eclipse season. This is our first eclipse happening on February 17th. And then we're going to have another eclipse on March 3rd. I'll come back with another episode on that. And that's going to be in Virgo. So we're not done with Virgo Pisces eclipse things. The nodes are still in Pisces and Virgo. North nodes in Pisces, south nodes in Virgo. The nodes aren't going to move into Aquarius and Leo until the summer, until July 26th of 2026. Now, if you're like, and I asked this when I was in astrology school back in 2020, I went to the Portland School of Astrology. I remember we were talking about eclipses, and I asked probably a question all of us have at some point, if you're like starting to get real nerdy and deep divey with astrology, which was, hey, if the nodes aren't in the sign yet, why eclipse then? So like, for example, you typically hear like, oh yeah, where the nodes are is where we're going to have the eclipses for the year, which is like, yes, that is true. That's like a big blanket statement. But then also, like any signs, we switch over at some point. So the nodes, just a refresher on the nodes, these are the lunar nodes. The nodes of the moon are they're not a physical thing in the sky. They're not like a celestial body. They are a hypothetical point where the sun and moon's paths cross. It's the ecliptic, and that obscuration determines where the eclipses are. So even though we're having this eclipse in Aquarius, The North Node is still in Pisces, but it's close enough. Basically, if it's within, I think, 15 degrees of the node or something like that, it's like, it's wide, but it's, it's enough where it can still be obscured as an eclipse, right? That's what we're dealing with. So yeah, just a like nodal refresher, because it is like confusing. It's not like you think. It's like it should feel clear, but that's eclipses. Eclipses don't make things clear. They obscure things, they hide things, and they make things, I think the disruption reveals truth. So this new moon eclipse is happening in Aquarius on February 17th. Happened in the early hours here on the West Coast, 4:01 a.m. Pacific time at 28 degrees of Aquarius. See, so like we're almost in Pisces, but and we're at the tail end of Aquarius season. It's going to be Pisces season tomorrow. So I'm going to go over all the key dates for Aquarius and Leo eclipses that are starting. But yeah, this is the beginning of something new. So I would say if you would like to, I wouldn't trip too much about it, right? Just like we're kind of just going to see who comes into our lives today, what comes up, what's like front of brain. Maybe you're all of a sudden get this big ping download about moving, or like how you want a family plan or whatever, look to where it is in your chart. For me, the Aquarius-Leo is my 8th and 2nd house, with the North Node now heading into my 8th house, South Node in my 2nd. I'm like, okay, like 8th house, obviously, it scares people. But it's also like, I'm like, maybe my partner is going to have a really good financial year, because it's going to be resources from other people. He's going to be, he's born during this eclipse. Maybe I'll talk to him about it separately. Would that be interesting recorded? I mean, should I bring him on? He's not an astrologer, but he supports. But he was born during this Leo Aquarius eclipse. He's an eclipse baby. Oh, and that's another good point too. If you were born during an eclipse, I think of people born during eclipses, and Chris Brennan has a lot of really good podcasts about, he's such an eclipse whisperer. He has so many good historical, nerdy, deep divey. I say nerdy, like complimentary. Like we need the nerddom. It's, I think of eclipse people, if you were born during an eclipse, I just think eclipses can be really powerful, harnessing times for an eclipse born person. I think eclipse born people tend to have a lot of impact. I'll go ahead and say it. I think eclipse people were born for something greater. I think if I see an eclipsey person, I don't know. It depends again where in what their chart layout is and everything. But I do think eclipses people have a lot of influence. I think that they can tend to ascend to higher positions in society. Maybe even if they're not necessarily like a 10th housey person or someone that's being requested for the spotlight. I think they can just attract a lot of opportunity and a lot of like weird life situations. I feel like they typically aren't having like a run of the mill, just boring core life. And again, just back to eclipses kind of being disruptive energy, they are natural disruptors. And I think disruptors doesn't mean bad, because we need people to disrupt our thinking and the way things just go with the flow, and that people just accept what things are. Hello, the fucking files, the e-files. Hello. Oh my God. Anyways, this week's also major because we have a big Saturn-Neptune conjunction. I'm going to get into it when we talk in the chart details. So I'll go there too. But okay, I keep saying one last thing. I just want to share with everyone. I'm in a very 11th housey share mood. Lunar New Year. We're out of the year of the snake. We're heading into the year of the horse. We are heading into a time of movement. Things are going to go fast. You are required to keep up. And also, horses really being connected to freedom and spontaneity and elegance. Snake was big time shedding, big time, moving at your own pace. And then also seeing who the fuck the snake in the grasses were, you know what I mean? But more on that to come. I'm going to have to activate the paywall now. If you're like, what does that mean? I do have a paid tier of Star Quality. If you want to join the third space, that's what I call my user supported area of this project. You will get all the paywalled content. You will get access to the chat room and all things Star Quality that are for the third spacers. So if you'd like to upgrade your subscription, appreciate ya. It's for $7.77 a month. You buy me a cup of coffee once a month and you get all the goodies. So think about it. I mean, North Node's going into my 8th house, so I love your support. Maybe you're my 8th house Eclipse support. And you know what? If enough of you do this, here's a big Eclipse promise. If like, do I want to set a number? Maybe. If 100 more of you join, I will pack up my entire life with my cat, my husband. I'm going to go find a beach shack where I can maybe live off of it life for, let's just go max $600 a month total. I will be your permit. I will just be broadcasting all day, every day about astrology. If I get 100 more people to join the third space. Better yet, if you join as a year-long subscriber. Oh, 100%. I'm finding a beach shack. Maybe it's Albania. Maybe it's somewhere in Mexico. I don't know. This is in the works. This is my 2027 plan. But it's the 2027 plans start in 2026. This is the eclipse logic. So thank you to those who are already supporting there. This is why I'm saying I'm close enough where we can get the beach shack astro broadcast. I just become a seer in a faraway land. I'm on video. I'm broadcasting. Maybe I have you out to these retreat lands. Maybe you join me at the beach shack. Invite only to the third spacers. So tell your friends. Gift. Maybe if you're a friend who's rolling the dough, gift a subscription to a friend. I think you can do that on the subscription page. So this is totally independently researched and produced and hosted and all of that, and your support means the world. So I love you mucho. Let's get on that eclipse beach shack plan, and so I can just be a constant downloader of the stars for you. I mean, I produce a lot of stuff here, not gonna lie, but I also do readings and work events and do freelancey day job stuff. So eclipse season moving forward, 8th house 2026 and beyond, get Stevie out to a affordable beach shack in a land far away so she can just be a constant internet seer for you. Sound good? Sounds good to me. I'm loving the plan. So with that, let's get into this new moon eclipse Aquarius chart.